They found the tape in an abandoned ranger station near an unmarked forest zone. 3 survivors, 3 stories, 1 night. The government report claimed the tape held no valuable evidence. But the ranger who found it whispered a different truth. Everything on that tape should have been impossible. What follows is the written reconstruction of that tape. Everything is kept as raw, human, and broken as the survivors said it. Story 1. The Whisper Walker. Creatures that imitate your voice, but they don't get it exactly right. Kenji had been hiking alone, trying to outrun a recent heartbreak. The forest was quiet, too quiet. Twilight had just begun to fall, turning the path into a smear of fading blue. That's when he heard it behind him, a whisper. It was low and soft, almost gentle. Kenji, wait. Every muscle of him froze, because that voice belonged to his dead brother. He turned. Nothing was there, yet the voice was so loud in his mind. Something walked between the trees. It was slow, deliberate, dragging 1 foot like it wasn't used to having legs. Kenji saw a shape move behind the pine trunks. Tall, wrongly tall. Its arms hung too low. Its head moved like it didn't understand how a neck should work. Then it spoke again. But this time the voice cracked, like a broken radio imitating human speech. G, why you left me? Kenji ran. Branches whipped against him. His breath shattered. Behind him, the creature followed, whispering every 5 seconds, sometimes sounding human, sometimes sounding like a metallic echo of itself. He reached a clearing. Moonlight hit the creature. Kenji wished it hadn't. Its skin wasn't skin. More like wet bark stretched over bone. Its jaw unhinged sideways, not downwards. Its eyes were hollow, like someone had carved them out and forgot to fill them back. And then, it mimicked Kenji's own voice. Help me. There was no emotion in the voice. Just imitation, just hunger. Kenji barely made it out alive. A passing forest truck found him collapsed on the road, shaking, begging them, "Don't! Let anything whisper my name." Story 2. The Hunger in the Water. A creature that hunts emotion, not flesh. Mira had gone with 3 friends to a lakeside cabin. One of those careless weekend trips where you think nothing can go wrong. But something was wrong in the lake. Something old. Something that didn't like being disturbed. At night, the water glowed faintly, pale blue ripples shifting even without wind. Mira's friend Rohit leaned close to check the reflection. The reflection blinked, but Rohit didn't. That's when he screamed. His face twisted, his eyes turned glassy, and he collapsed. Mira couldn't wake him. His pulse was normal, but something inside him felt gone, drained like someone took every emotion he ever had. The others panicked. Water dripped inside the cabin even though all doors were shut. A shape rose from the lake. No footsteps, just a vertical lift, as if the water itself had grown a spine and stood up. Translucent, humanoid. Face blurred like smeared paint. No mouth, no nose, but its chest pulsed with soft blue light. When the creature looked at them, they felt a crushing wave of sadness, raw grief, like it was feeding on their feelings. Mira realized the truth. It hunts emotion. The more you feel, the stronger it grows. Rohit had been the most emotional of the group. He was its first meal. When it came for Mira, she muted every emotion she could. She forced herself to feel nothing. Not fear, not grief, not love. Just emptiness. The creature hesitated. Its chest light dimmed. Then it dissolved back into the lake, because she tasted like nothing. Mira never cried again after that night. She fears the creature stole her ability to. Story 3. the room with the wrong shadows. A creature that appears only when the lights flicker. Akash had been in a remote guest house during a business trip. Power problems were common. He never feared the dark. That changed. The first flicker happened at 1:13 a.m. Lights dimmed, buzzed, then brightened. But in that half-second of darkness, Akash saw something standing by his bed, tall, lean, facing the corner, not moving. When the lights returned, the room was empty. He convinced himself it was imagination, until it happened again and again. Every flicker brought the creature closer. The fourth time, it stood inches from his face. Akash felt its breath, cold and smelling of wet soil. But when the light returned, it vanished. He tried locking himself in the bathroom. Bad idea. Lights flickered again. The creature crawled from the ceiling this time, upside down, joints bending in the wrong direction. Its long fingers tapped the mirror. Tap, 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 as if asking to be let into his reflection. By 3 a.m., Akash realized the awful truth. It doesn't exist in light. It only lives in the spaces between. At sunrise, the creature's shadow remained on the wall for several minutes, even though nothing stood there. Akash left the hotel with his bags half open and never returned. All three survivors described something impossible yet similar. Creatures that imitate, but not perfectly. Creatures that evolve based on the victim. Creatures that appear when human senses are most vulnerable. Creatures that learn quickly. The tape ends with a single line scribbled by the ranger. "These things are not animals, they are observers."